And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals of PiGosaur Monday number 13, the final PiGosaur Monday of 2024. It has been an intense broadcast so far, and we are down to our final two players, to our two Protoss players. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the Danish Protoss player himself, the red Protoss representing Storm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming. It is herO. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. Best of luck in the chat. Whew. As both MaxPax and herO are due to face off, and we have seen them face off many a time over the years, of course. For so long, they were the top two Protoss players of the world. herO in South Korea, MaxPax in Europe, so they have played many times, and now we'll see how they face off here on the new patch on New Year's Eve. Let's go. As you see, herO moving out with his initial probe to hide his pylon. It looks like a fake proxy pylon set up here out of herO. Meanwhile, MaxPax going for a gate expand. It's going to be gate, cybercore into Nexus. Oh, MaxPax cutting corners, going gate expand. Oh my, he's crazy. He does delay his cybercore. This is a gateway, sorry, this is an expansion before cybercore. Even MaxPax often does not do this build, so very greedy here. Not as greedy as Estrella. As a reminder, Estrella, he went Nexus first. Estrella's even crazier. But, you know, one step behind that. So, regardless, economic opener out of MaxPax. herO, he does open with a fake proxy pylon. MaxPax doesn't even, or sorry, he does probe scout. He does confirm that the pylon is missing, and as a result, back at home, MaxPax should be going for a Stargate into Oracle into Void Ray. So MaxPax going to be playing safe after a very greedy start, and meanwhile the pressure's on herO to get some damage done across the map instead. As herO did opt to go for a 2-gate opener into Adepts. Probe dips in, and herO, he will get eyes on the timing of the Nexus. He now knows that MaxPax did cut corners, and herO, he's not set up for a 1-base all-in. Ooh, so MaxPax does come out with a lead. Basically, MaxPax, he cut corners, he opened up in a very greedy fashion, and herO can't really punish him. Not anywhere near as much as he would have liked to. Sure, he has Adepts, but MaxPax, he can just fully wall off. Safety shield batteries on the way. And back at home, herO is going for a much later expansion. So a very strong start for the red Protoss. Very strong. There's the block. Stargate is a part of the wall. herO does scout. And herO, he's going to try to force his way through. Up, and he should be able to. There's a cancel just in time. Adepts a bust into the natural. They get one probe kill so far. They get one, they get two. They get three. 3 probes going down. Very nice damage here. Very necessary damage from the side of herO. Getting into the mineral line. And he will get one more probe. Potentially another. Yeah, we go. 5 probe kills for 2 Adepts. Very nice damage. And this is what herO needed. Again, herO, he was behind, but now with the Adept harass, he does even things up. MaxPax still has a worker lead. He has like half a worker advantage or 1 worker advantage, but alas, not anywhere near as large as it once was. So herO, he's clawing his way back into this. Behind this, going for his own Twilight Council with the blink. Likewise, Twilight Council for MaxPax as well. And now it's time for MaxPax to counterattack. He has taken a lot of damage, but now he has oracles. He does hit the natural. No probes to speak of. herO, I don't know if you noticed, he even cancelled the probe that was being built just to make sure it survived. It didn't go down. Nicely done there. You can see herO now Maynard's over. Saturates his natural. Oh. Gets a probe. 1 probe so far. You can see MaxPax still has a 5-worker advantage, sorry, a 4-worker advantage. I mean, again, like, that's just how far ahead MaxPax was early on. But again, herO, he's recovering. He's getting there. There is going to be a window in time as well where herO has blink over his opponent. So we can make use of that. Threatening a shade. Does threaten the shade. Adept goes down. You see shade into the main as well. But alas, the Adept, yeah, there's not enough HP. MaxPax will clean this up. herO, he was able to scout the main, and he did get eyes on the tech. He's aware of what's going on. herO reinforcing with Mass Stalker. MaxPax rushing into a third base. Can herO punish this? He's going to try it. And remember, Blink is done for herO. Blink is not done for MaxPax. Yeah, herO, he does punish. He's got some of the best Blink Stalker control in the world. Takes down 2 Stalkers at the same time. MaxPax, ooh, he does hit the natural. Cripples the economy. Probes are going down. The Oracle escapes, survives. Third base gets denied. So herO does contain MaxPax on 2 bases, but MaxPax still maintains a worker lead thanks to the Oracle harass. And again, that should not have happened. But herO gets punished. MaxPax re-expanding. And herO just trying to get a read on what's going on. Confirm extra gateways. Both players going for DTs. Dark Shrine is on the way. You can see here behind the main base of herO and behind the natural of MaxPax. We're going for the Dark Templar. Now, herO does have observers, so he has detection. Likewise, so does MaxPax. Not observers necessarily, but he has the Oracle. So he does have access to revelations. Does have revelation. MaxPax moving out. So far the armies, they bounce off each other. Okay, no major advantages yet. That's out of herO just trying to recover economically. Nice being control. herO tries to punish, unable to. At the same time, it upstays shade into the natural. herO, he was distracted. Probes going down once again. herO getting pulled apart. Dark Templar, they've hit the field. They're waddling across the map. Remember, MaxPax has to rely on those revelations. Likewise, MaxPax setting up his own proxy pylons to reinforce. What's a counterattack? herO, ooh, will take a stasis to the face. Yeah, a little bit late to siege that observer. MaxPax trying to punish, takes down 2 Stalkers and the sentries as well. Very nice pickoffs. DTs, though, they have waddled in. We have 1 Dark Templar into the natural. And the others towards the main and towards the third. Probes are going down. Get the revelation, only got 1 Dark Templar. There's the second. Second revelation going up. MaxPax forced to recall, 13 probes going down. Very nice damage. We have a DT fight to fight the main army. Let's go. Does engage with the main army. herO pulls away. We have cannons in production for MaxPax. But herO, he's doing the damage he was looking for. He's doing well for himself. herO pulls away. And once again, another 3 probe kills. MaxPax going for his own DT counterattack though. Not bad. Oh, he's getting a lot of damage done. herO, he did leave his probes idle. That was a mistake. Didn't pull away completely. 4th base is denied. herO still moving out with more DTs, or at least reinforcing. Still very tense between our players. MaxPax does have an upgrade lead. He's got +2 on the way. Both players taking their 4th bases. MaxPax, I mean, his is on the way and herO's was denied. So MaxPax in a better position. herO to make up for the lack of upgrades. He has Immortals. Oof. Getting punished though. Sniping observers. The observers go down. Immortals are exposed. Oh, can he get one? Not quite. But Zell reinforces have right. There we go. The Immortal goes down. He gets one. He gets two. And MaxPax just picking a herO apart. Catching out the Immortals. Having the greater economy. His fourth base is now done. herO is still stuck on 3 bases. MaxPax, he does try to chase down those Dark Templar. He gets one. Gets the other as well. And here is just falling behind. He's just falling further behind. He's got Shadow Stride on the way for his Dark Templar, which has potential. Here he does hit the 4th. Getting into the mineral line. Takes down the cannon, takes down a couple of probes. But here he can't afford to lose this army. Oh, God. We're bleeding out Stalkers. Not like this. DTs, they do take down the cannon. Okay. Cannon goes down. You're trying to get the hell out of there. Likewise, Zealots into the main. And he's doing some damage, but this is still not enough. Like, MaxPax still maintains that economic lead. Hunting down more Dark Templar. And building up a greater army. He has a 50 supply lead. In a mirror matchup, that's where the soup doesn't lie. It's not lying. There's always potential with these Dark Templar, but again, you can see MaxPax showing down extra cannons just in case. 2 cannons per base. MaxPax moving in. Getting a 5th expansion. Diving right into the natural, depowering the production. And we're going for a base trade. I mean, it's the best option here for herO. His natural has been compromised. He's just pushing on the right-hand side and moving in towards the left. Running into sack defense. And it's all or nothing for herO, but he's being overwhelmed. He just doesn't have enough. GG gets called, and MaxPax takes game number 1. Whew. GG. Again, MaxPax doing what he does best, dictate the pace of the game. As a reminder, MaxPax, he went for a very greedy opener, and he was able to maintain that economic lead for the most part. There were definitely some good moments for herO here and there when it came to Adept harass and DT harass as well, but for the most part, whenever herO would do some damage, MaxPax would reciprocate, and he would be able to maintain his advantage as a result. So MaxPax, he just snowballed out of control. herO was desperate for damage, and he was throwing away a lot of supply to make that happen. Wasn't quite worth it in the end. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax does take a lead in the series. And now we are jumping into game 2. And we'll see if MaxPax can extend that lead or if herO fights back. I want to believe he can. I want to believe we can have a back and forth here. But the pressure is on herO. As game 2 is going to be on Frostline, a very large map in the map pool, but something that we should expect is that MaxPax isn't really going to deviate. He's going to go for these economic greedy openers time and time again, and that's why usually the pressure is on his opponent to punish him. And if they don't, then, I mean, we see what happens. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Frostline, we have the Danish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Sidestorm Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, down in the series. We'll see if we can bounce back. It is herO. Once again, herO is setting up on the high ground, so is MaxPax, but one is not quite like the other. Now, we have seen herO go for Gate Cybercore openers and try to fake MaxPax into Skytoss. We actually have seen herO defeat MaxPax by faking him out, so that is something that is going to be in the back of our minds as well, if we do see mirrored builds. But now MaxPax is going for his scout. And again, MaxPax should just be going for a single gateway into a Cybercore into an expansion. And looks like herO is doing the same. So as I mentioned, herO, he has been one to kind of mirror MaxPax in these PvPs. Both players have their second gases. And there's that Cybercore. Cybercore for herO, Cybercore for MaxPax. So both players are copying each other. They're mirroring each other, if you will. And traditionally, this should lead into Phoenix Wars. This should lead into a Stargate for both players, into a delayed Nexus, into Phoenixes. But as I just mentioned, we have seen herO fake MaxPax out before, so both players have to be on top of each other when it comes to scouting. As MaxPax should be throwing down his Stargate as soon as the Cybercore is done. There it is, a Stargate for MaxPax and Stargate for herO. Now, this is why Phoenix Wars are very common whenever we're in this kind of game state. Both players scout each other, both players know what's going on. herO sees a Stargate, MaxPax sees a Stargate, so because of that, you cannot make an Oracle. If you make an Oracle, you most likely will lose it, and you won't gain value, and you will fall behind in the Phoenix Wars. So you have to make Phoenixes, and you can't stop making Phoenixes. Now, if you're able to deny vision and deny scouting, what you can do here is make some Phoenixes early on, then cut Phoenix production, go into a Twilight Council, go into Blink, and go like into a hard switch into Mass Blink Stalker and try to catch out your opponent. Like, that is something that you can try to pull off, but it is very difficult to pull off, as you have to make sure that your opponent doesn't realize what's going on, because if they do, they will punish you, because then there's going to be a window in time where you have no Blink Stalkers and you have less Phoenixes. So that's traditionally why we should just be embracing Phoenix Wars here. Phoenix Wars, if you're maybe unfamiliar with PvP, is when you start making Phoenixes and you just don't stop, and you just go Mass Phoenix. Just go Mass Phoenix for both players. Because if you stop, you die. There's second Stargate for herO. So herO, he is embracing purely Phoenix production. MaxPax's second Stargate is delayed. I will say that. It is going to be delayed. So there is going to be a period in time when herO gets his second Stargate up and running where he will have the Phoenix advantage over his opponent, and most likely that's when herO wants to strike. Like, again, typically in this kind of dynamic, herO, he is the aggressor. He doesn't really want to go for a longer game state into Mothership, into Carrier, into like pure Sky Toss. If possible, herO wants to end the game early. Second Stargate is late for MaxPax. So far, the Phoenix counts are neck and neck. Second Stargate just now getting underway for herO. Just now getting up and running. There it is, making two Phoenixes at a time. Now, herO, he has to make sure he's not too premature. He has to wait for that Stargate to actually kick in. As he, gets a couple shots off. Making his way towards the mineral line. I mean, he has the depths on the ground. Oh, as herO, he will bleed out one of those Phoenixes. Yeah, herO, there's a bad fight for him. He's gonna lose everything. We spoke about it. He needs to be a little bit safer here. Oh, but reinforcements, they have arrived. And now who catches out who? MaxPax gets caught out, and a big reason for this is that second Stargate. So herO overwhelms, Adepts, they wreak havoc. GG gets called, and in one fell swoop, herO, he ties up the series 1-1. GG. Oh my god, GG will play again. A very tense moment there. herO, he intentionally fought early to try to bait MaxPax to chase him, then he chased him into a greater Phoenix army. Again, because that second Stargate, so just like that, herO, he overwhelms. As all that was happening, of course, the two Adepts, they were wreaking havoc, they were killing all the probes at the natural. GG. GG, well played. Before we could really embrace Mass Phoenix, herO, he ended the game then and there, and now we're tied up. Now we're tied up 1-1, and we're going to game 3. We're going to game 3. Whew. And we'll see who takes a lead in the series. Does take a lead. As a reminder, this is a best of 5, so we still have plenty more games ahead of us. Here we go. As we are getting into our next game and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of El Dorado, we have the Danish Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing Storm Gaming, who being forced into the ace or into a tied series. We'll see if we can bring it back, and we'll see if we can take a lead. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Weibo Gaming, WBG. It is herO. We go. Because herO is going to be moving out. Likewise, so is MaxPax. Once again, we have the same setup here. Once again, we should be getting into a gate, into Cybercore, into expansion. That should be the case for MaxPax. Really, my eyes are going to be on herO. As we saw previously in the previous game, it is on herO to, I feel like, deviate and try to catch MaxPax off guard. We saw, even though both players did mirror each other last game, because of herO's faster Stargate, he was able to catch MaxPax with his pants down. And we'll see if we can do it again. There are the Cybercores. Gases are being taken. And we'll see what herO goes for. Now, as a reminder, here on El Dorado, the rush distance by air is very short. Very short rush distance by air, so that is going to be another factor coming into this. Can make things quite intense. Yo, a shout out to Mute City. Yeah, a big shout out to Mute City in the chat. Oh my god. Thank you so much for the gifted subs to the community. Thank you so much. Thank you. 5 gifted subs. Do appreciate it. We've been getting a lot of gifted subs today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support. I hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy the stream. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy as we are settling in. Oh, as we do see a MaxPax setting up here all these shield batteries. His goal here is to try to wreak havoc and try to camp the production. Yeah, he's setting up. We have 3 shield batteries on the way. Zealot has arrived, and MaxPax is rallying across the map. Is rallying across. And if these shield batteries finish, if the Phoenix gets across the map, then MaxPax can camp the production, and he can camp this Stargate, and he can just win the game. So here he's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Shield batteries are done. Oh, they do finish up. And here he doesn't have his own shield batteries. Void Ray is going to be on the way. It's forced out. Phoenixes are rallying across the map. And again, MaxPax, he's going to be fighting this Void Ray with shield battery support. That's the problem here. Is that MaxPax can just camp the production with shield batteries. Pylons under fire. And I don't know if herO can hold, I'll be honest. Pylon goes down. And he's waiting for that Void Ray. Second pylon's under fire. There we go, Void Ray has arrived. But of course within range of the shield batteries. We have more Phoenixes on the way. MaxPax, he does pull back. Second Phoenix has arrived. I believe MaxPax should have won the Void Ray. Yep, Void Ray goes down. And MaxPax, he should just be able to snowball from here. He's just perpetually ahead. Just perpetually ahead at this point. Yeah, there's just no way for herO to bounce back. Again, in PvP, if you get these 3 shield batteries up and running, like, what can you do? At least if you don't have your own shield batteries. And there we go. GG gets called. MaxPax does take a lead in the series. MaxPax is up 2-1. GG. GG, well played. MaxPax does take a lead. Again, unfortunately, herO, he was unable to stop the shield batteries. He was unable to get his own shield batteries up and running. And as a result, he doesn't... Basically, what that does is that strips away your defender's advantage. Suddenly, you're not safe at home. You're not safe at home. There's all these shield batteries instead in favor of your opponent. And GG. GG, well played. There's just not much that can be done from there. But now we're getting ready here for our next game. We're getting into game number 4. We're going to be loading into... Ooh, one of the newer maps, Starchild. Let's go. Let us go. Getting to Starchild. And the pressure is now on herO to try to bounce back in this game. Thanks for a great year of StarCraft. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, City. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the support. We do appreciate it. Gracias, gracias. As we're getting into Game 4 and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Starchild, we have the Danish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, leading the series 2-1. One game away from becoming the final PiGosaur Monday champion. Can he go all the way? It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Weibo Gaming down in the series. We'll see if he can force the ace match. Personally, I would love that. I'd love to see a game 5, but the pressure is on. It is a herO. As welcome one and all to StarChild. For those that are curious, for those that are maybe tuning in a little bit later in the broadcast, you may not be aware, but we do host and we do have a very unique custom map pool for this tournament for the PiGosaur Monday, and that is the fact that we have gotten rid of all the old maps. When I say old map, I'm talking about the 2017 and 2018 maps. I'm referring to Abyssal Reef, King's Cove, and Neon Violet Square. Again, it was very controversial that those 3 old maps were chosen to be a part of the latter map pool, and there is definitely a lot of disagreement as to the reasoning for those maps coming back in. And as a result, the PiGosaur Monday has removed those old maps and has replaced them with TLMC maps. With maps like this, with maps like Starchild. So the old maps have been replaced with newer maps instead, at least for this tournament series. I believe that is also the case for Hub Cup as well, and we are tempted to do the same. Here on the Cranky Ducklings, we do host 2 of our own weekly tournaments and, of course, our amateur events as well. We are waiting to see how these maps are balanced and how they play out before really determining if we want to follow suit. And again, I'm not opposed to it, especially in the off-season. As currently we are in the off-season of EPT, so now would be the time to try out and embrace some of these older maps. As for now, we do have a herO going for the going for the gate side, going to expansion. Likewise, MaxPax, I believe, went for the gate expand. A greedy opener here out of MaxPax with the faster setup. Nexus is much faster for MaxPax, now going for his more delayed Stargate. And herO, he will be slightly behind in the economy. Only slightly, though. Hello, herO. As he does have a probe out on the map. No one likes those maps anyway. I mean, the players that like those maps are like, mainly like turtling players. So I'm sure like Maru enjoys them. I'm sure players that play to the late game, I feel. Rogue as well, most likely. And that's the big feature and the big thing about Abyssal Reef, King's Cove, and Neon Violet Square is not just they're very large maps, not just the size of the map, but how defendable those maps are as well. I'm sure Spirit really enjoys them. I'm sure Cyril probably enjoys them as well. Like, they just allow you to just, you know, defend very easily on a 5-base setup and get into the late game. But yeah, we've gotten rid of them here. As we're settling in, we do have our initial Phoenix openers. Again, as a reminder, we did have economic starts into Stargate, into Phoenix play, and MaxPax is going to be the one deviating. Now, I expected herO to do this. I expected herO to be the one to go for a Twilight Council into a... He's doing... there we go. That's what herO's doing. So both players are. Interesting. So what's happening here, instead of both players rushing into Mass Phoenix, we have both players trying to be sneaky and trying to deviate into Blink Stalker. So they're both trying to switch into Blink Stalker. Checking the vision here, herO, he has confirmed, and MaxPax has not. So MaxPax is still a little bit in the dark as to what's going on. But MaxPax, he is faster here. He is already working towards Blink. herO is only behind by a couple of seconds. But this time, no Phoenix Wars. Not this time. herO, he does threaten a dive into the main. But MaxPax is keeping up. Again, no Phoenix Wars this time. Oh no! Oh no, I didn't notice! Apparently, hold on, I'll message him. Notice you can cast from my stream. Okay. Just letting Dave know that he can cast from our stream if he wants. But yeah, our bad. I mean, the players, they're so quick to jump into games. They're so quick to jump into lobbies. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. It's okay. Well, it'll be a short game. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be a short game. As here he's setting up back at home. MaxPax pushing in. Remember, Blink is going to finish slightly faster than MaxPax, but only by a couple of seconds. So he's setting up with the stasis. herO, I'm sure he didn't know. Oh my god. Oh no, he didn't notice! Massive stasis does go off, and MaxPax can punish. He can punish, he can dive in. He's going for the kill. Ah, that was brutal. That may just be game. As herO is just forced out of his own third. Stalkers, they dive in. The boys are being pulled. herO trying to hold on. Phoenixes are going down. I mean, the boys are helping. And the stasis is about to run out, but MaxPax, he just dives in. He punishes so hard. There we go. herO, he breaks out of the stasis. Another one goes off. No shot. They just keep going off. And with that, MaxPax, he may just have too much. He's diving on the main army. His reinforcements are delayed. 11 pros went down in the process. And herO, with these reinforcements, he should hold. Okay, herO, he does hold on, but it did cost him 11 probes. Does force back MaxPax. Back at home, MaxPax getting his own third base up and running. Whew. That's very intense. It's very clutch. But herO, he survives. And with that, herO is going for a big counterattack. Bearing in mind that herO, his reinforcements are going to be delayed. Bear that in mind. Delayed reinforcements. Nice force field. MaxPax, he will hold. As the dust settles, worker counts are neck and neck. But MaxPax, he's been taking. He has been taking up. We have +1 on the way. We have charge on the way. Gateway explosion. Robo as well. So much here getting set up for MaxPax. herO instead, what is he doing? He's taking into a bay into disruptors. Risky. It is a risky maneuver here from herO, working towards disruptors, but I mean, if he can get away with it, he can snowball out of control. As herO, he dives in. herO does have the Stalker lead. Again, MaxPax, he's been intentionally delaying warp-ins in favor of tech, and he gets away with it. So far, he gets away with it. Doesn't get punished too hard. Chasing herO back. Oh. Trading 1 for 1. 1 for 2. MaxPax, he does sneak out across the map. But again, MaxPax is getting a faster 4th base. Again, MaxPax has been skipping warp-ins in favor of production, in favor of tech, in favor of expansions. And now MaxPax can actually start focusing on the army. herO, he rotates. He does come across the 4th. Gonna try to force a cancel. Gets a lot of damage. But alas, MaxPax does hold. Meanwhile, the first disruptor has arrived. And MaxPax is taking it to Archons instead. So technically, as the disruptor count gets higher, even if herO is down in supply, he will have an advantage, or he does have the potential for a greater fight and for better trades. Disruptors, they're very hit and miss, in more ways than one. They can win you the game, or they can lose you the game. Like, it's... So the run by hits the 4th. herO, he's out of position. We can see MaxPax intercepting. Delaying the Stalkers. He does delay. MaxPax, he pulls back. Novas have arrived. Novas go up. Ooh, massive connection. First on the... Oh, no! Oh, jeez. A bit of friendly fire. And MaxPax, he will knock down the expansion. He gets a kill on the 4th at the same time. Massive Zealot warping into the main. MaxPax just pulling herO apart. Remember, initially herO had the bigger army, but that was only because MaxPax was investing into a longer game. We mentioned it. He was expanding. He was throwing down production, investing in upgrades, and now he's just pulling herO apart. He's snowballing out of control. herO is stuck on 3 bases, bleeding out 15 probes. And despite having disruptors, it may just not be enough. as MaxPax, he just keeps warping in, takes down the Disruptor. He gets one, he gets both. Ooh, Nova goes off. Bit of a misclick there from MaxPax. Did target down the wrong Disruptor. But despite that, he still takes the fight, takes down 3 Disruptors, pushing further into the main. herO, he does take the fight further towards the south, but he lost his expansion. He lost the 4th base anyway. The damage was done. And herO, he's all in at this point. He's completely all in. He has no longevity in this game. And GG gets called, and MaxPax, he will take the series 3-1, becoming the final PiGosaur Monday champion of 2024. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here to MaxPax, as does claim the series, does take the 3-1. Congratulations. My condolences to herO. It was an intense back and forth, but again, MaxPax for the most part was able to dictate the pace of the game, was able to get one over on herO. What I did appreciate the most out of MaxPax is that even though time and time again he did open up with an economic greedy opener of a Gate Cyber Expand, we saw in the last 2 games, MaxPax, he was the aggressor. Remember, on El Dorado, MaxPax, he set up the shield batteries. He set up a bunch of shield batteries on the low ground, and he was able to just camp the production and end the game. Same here as well. We saw both MaxPax and herO rush into Blink, right? They started with a Stargate into Phoenix, then they both rushed into Blink Stalkers. So MaxPax, he wasn't one note. He wasn't one note. He was adding a lot of variety to the follow-up of his opener. He was being more aggressive, more assertive, and he takes it. Does take it in the end. GG, well played. GG, well played. MaxPax does claim the series. Very well done. My condolences to herO. And with that, we have crowned our final PiGosaur Monday champion. Congrats, Pappy. Congratulations here. Oh my god. As yeah, it's been a year. It's been quite a year here. When it comes to the future of the PiGosaur Mondays, we don't really know what the future holds. For those who do not know, this event did begin just because of the off-season, because the ESL Open Cups did conclude. And we don't know if they're coming back. We do know, I mean, we can say with most certainty here that there is going to be another season of EPT, but what does that season look like? You know, where are the events going to be held? Once again, are we going to have like an offline venue in Europe and in the Americas? Are we going to have IM Katowice? Are we going to be a part of EWC, which, you know, there's been a lot of controversy around the fact that has yet to be announced? And are we going to have the weeklies again? We do not know the exact details here. What I assume is that because there's kind of a lot of complexity around the ESL Pro Tour, and because I would imagine ESL, they want the most out of their deal, they're, again, most likely in negotiations with EWC, or they have been this entire time, ironing out what exactly they want, what EWC is willing to provide as well when it comes to support, when it comes to offline events. We've spoken about this before, but EWC, they're incentivized to try to force all the offline events to be in Riyadh, to be, you know, at their kind of home venue. Meanwhile, I'm sure ESL want to keep their international events as a part of the circuit, so I'm sure there's a back and forth discussion there going on, and you know, hopefully we get an announcement soon in the coming months, or in the coming month in January. I'm hoping for January. We'll see. We shall see. When it comes to these open events, I mean, shout out to the community, shout out to the Cranky Ducklings, shout out to Stegosaurus or Proto-Stegosaurus, Pig, Wardy, Steadfast for all stepping up and hosting our own weekly tournaments. Nowadays, the Steadfast Rodi Kalaris Cup is no longer a thing, but that's where Hapsaya stepped in. If you haven't noticed, I believe Hapsaya, he's been hosting a bi-weekly tournament at a better European time on a bi-weekly basis, so he's stepping in as well. Again, a lot of community members have tried to, or have done their best here to step in and fill the shoes of ESL, at least when it comes to the weekly tournaments. But when it comes to the major events, I mean, still yet to be determined. When it comes to what else is happening in StarCraft, I mean, we still have Master Coliseum. Master Coliseum is a big event that has been running for the past couple of weeks and will continue to run into January. So, of course, we still have Master Coliseum. We have the 2024 end of year Liu Cup. The qualifier was yesterday, and I believe there's 2 more qualifiers we will be casting. We'll be casting the qualifiers, we'll be casting the main event as well. So January is packed. If you've seen our schedule, originally I was looking forward to like a light January, but we have like 2 casts a day every day. Like, January is intense when it comes to how much casting we have to do. So a lot of tournaments, a lot of StarCraft in January. Yeah, there's just a lot to get into. So no breaks for us. I think February is going to be a little bit leaner. I think February is going to be a little bit better for us, but January is, yeah, it's stacked full of StarCraft. Jesus. So very busy month for us here on the Cranky Ducklings. If you want to tune into some more Cranky Duckling action, first things first, you can follow us. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Discord. All things Cranky Ducklings. We do post whenever we go live. We post whenever we have VODs. And we do stream on multiple channels at once. We stream on Twitch. We stream on YouTube. We stream on Facebook, TikTok, and over on Kick as well. So we have 5 streams going on at once, so plenty of content on your preferred platform, of course. And again, all the VODs are uploaded onto YouTube on a daily basis. There's plenty of VODs on YouTube, so if you miss the VOD, if you miss the stream live, plenty of content on YouTube instead. Our next cast is going to be in 6.5 hours, or basically 6 hours. 6 hours time, we're going to be live with the Duckling Showdown. I'm going to go get some food. I'm going to try to force myself to sleep. I'm going to try and sleep and rest and wake up in time for the next cast. Again, it's going to be in 6 hours. If you're curious, what is the Duckling Showdown? We haven't held a Duckling Showdown in a couple of years. It's been a couple of years since the last Duckling Showdown, but it used to be kind of like an end-of-year wrap-up. We used to have like an end-of-year wrap-up kind of celebration tournament at the end of the year to kind of celebrate the year that we've had, of course. And we were a little bit too busy the past couple of years. I think the last Duckling Showdown was 2022. I think 2022. No, 2021 maybe. Gee, it's been a couple of years. It's been a couple of years since the last Duckling Showdown, but we do have one organized for tonight, and we have 3 show matches. If you missed the announcement, I'll post it once again in the chats. Hold on, I got you covered. If you missed the announcement, we got you covered. You can spread the word, of course. You know, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your mom, tell your grandma, tell everyone about the StarCraft tonight. I got you. Hold on. Un momento. I'll post it again. Bam. There you go. It should be in the chat. But we have 3 show matches. We have 1 for each region. We have 1 focused on the Korean region, 1 in the European region, and 1 in the Americas region as well. So we have a best of 5 between 3Point and Honmono for StarCraft Evolution. Again, StarCraft Evolution has been a very fun kind of version of StarCraft we've been casting a lot of here on the channel, so we do want to pay homage to StarCraft Evolution here in the Duckling Showdown with our first match, followed by the European match between Jumi and Eva. Is that a PvP or a PvZ? I have no idea. We're going to find out. So Jimmy and Eva are going to be facing off thereafter. And then we have an America's show match between Estrella and Trigger. Both Estrella and Trigger have been improving a lot over the past couple of months. They both spent time in Korea this year. They've both been leveling up. They're both looking very much so in form. I mean, hey, we just saw Estrella pop off and go to the ace match against herO. Again, Estrella, he almost 2-0'd herO. He almost 2-0'd herO in today's broadcast. Shows just how in form Estrella is. When it comes to Trigger, Trigger has also been defeating herO on a regular basis, defeating Classic, defeating Creator. So it's going to be a spicy PvP there to end the night. Those are 3 matchups. Those are 3 matches. Again, they're best of 5s. So do consider tuning in. Do consider tuning in. Again, that's going to be in 6 hours time. Hopefully an okay time slot for players or for viewers all around the world. And I mentioned before that I might do another cast after that. There is a tournament called the New Year Cup. There's a New Year Cup that's going to be happening. It's very much so CIS focused for the CIS region. We have players from around Europe that are going to be taking part, of course, in that tournament. And we did cast it last year, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough energy to do both back to back. Or I don't know if I want to like cast that much. I said before that we had like almost 500. I think we had 495 casts this year. We posted the stats like last week. We had 495, just under 500 casts this year. It was a lot, but I think I want to slow down coming into 2025. Like, we do a lot of casting. We do more than any other channel out there. We do a lot of casting on the Cranky Ducklings, but that comes at a price. It means that legitimately my life this year, I mean, for the past couple of years actually, for 2025, 2024, 2023, 2022, sorry, not 2025, 2022 all the way up to 2020, has just been, you know, sleep, eat, and cast StarCraft, just non-stop casting StarCraft, essentially. And you know, it'd be nice if I, you know, stepped outside every now and then, right? You know, focus on some IRL relationships every now and then as well, that sort of thing. You know, friends, family. Definitely, that has all been taking a back seat in favor of casting. The reason for that is that I didn't want to go hard during the COVID era of StarCraft. For those who do not know, my story at least, we started casting full-time here on the Cranky Ducklings in 2020, like end of 2019 into the beginning of 2020, when the lockdowns occurred. You know, because when it comes to my IRL job at the time, I was getting less work because of all the lockdowns, because of all the restrictions, especially here in Australia. I was like, you know what, I'm going to commit into StarCraft, especially because if you remember at the time, at the end of 2019, they announced 3 years of StarCraft. They confirmed 3 years of StarCraft, 3 years of EPT. I was like, you know what? Let's go. Let's do 3 years of StarCraft. Especially because the future after those 3 years was very uncertain. So I wanted to do my part. Like, StarCraft was a big part of my life growing up. And I had the time and I had the opportunity to devote like everything to StarCraft while I could, and I wasn't sure if there was going to be anything afterwards. So I wanted to do my part when it came to, you know, lifting up and bringing StarCraft to everyone. It was after 2023 where, you know, again, the future is uncertain, and we did have one more year of 2024, true. And because we had one more year, I was like, you know what, screw it, let's keep going. Coming into 2025, the future is looking a lot less certain. So we don't really know what's going to happen, don't really know what's going to go on. I would imagine that StarCraft would continue, but maybe on a smaller scale, maybe on the same scale. We don't really know. But you know, at least I can say that I did my part, Bobby. Did my part. It took us a long time to really get much traction viewership-wise. I will say that. I mean, understandably so. Like, considering that we started from behind, like we aren't like established people, like, I don't know, like Fear Dragon or Zombie Grub or Wardy or anything like that. There were a lot of other already established like figures in the scene, so it can be quite difficult, especially within a scene that isn't necessarily growing, to kind of like carve an area out for yourselves. And you know, I'm proud of what we did. Took us a while to get to where we are here, despite casting non-stop and more than anyone else. But you know, we got to a very comfortable place, and hopefully we can grow a little bit further from there. You know, fingers crossed. You know, finally we're reaching some Patreon goals. I think we had that first Patreon goal for like 4 years. Like 4 solid years we were trying to strive for that first goal, and we finally got there, and now we're getting even further. That's something that I should emphasize. We have a Patreon underneath MaxPax's name. You can see our Patreon. That is to fund our tournaments. 100% of that money goes all towards the tournaments that we host and the tournaments that we run. So it all goes back into the community here. Eventually, you know, the next goal is to boost the prize pool even further. So there's that if you want to contribute. But yeah, so we don't really know what's going to be happening in 2025. Of course, we're always going to be here casting StarCraft, but I do want to calm things down a little bit, and yeah, just a little bit more. What does that mean? That means instead of casting 2 times a day every day, maybe just once a day. Maybe just once a day, and then we'll have some more time to myself to get other things done in life. So we'll see what happens. Regardless, GG, well played. A happy new year, everyone. Again, we're almost done with 2024. We'll see you guys in 6 hours for some more StarCraft. Otherwise, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all the support. We appreciate it, and we'll see you guys either later tonight or tomorrow. I should emphasize as well that tomorrow our next cast is going to be, what are we casting tomorrow? Home Story Cup, that's it. Because we've been so busy, fun fact, for those who don't remember, we were the B stream for Home Story Cup 26 and 25 and 24. we were the B stream for the most recent Home Story Cup. And at the time, there were 3 matches happening at once, and there was a lot of matches in the group stage that never got casted. They never got casted, and I always said I wanna catch up on those replays. But ever since Home Story Cup, we just haven't had time. We just have not had any free room for a replay cast to go over those matches. We do have time tomorrow, January 1st. January 1st, we finally have like some free time to cast and to go over those replays. So Home Story Cup Group A replays. I know that it's a month late. Home Story Cup was beginning of December, and we're going to be casting beginning of January, but it is a month late. But regardless, I do want to go over those while I can. That is going to be the plan tomorrow for January 1st. Likewise, we have Liu Cup, we have some homeowner versus LATAM matches as well. We have Master Coliseum, OOC Season Championship, plenty of StarCrafts at the end of the year, or coming into January. Balance is important for all things, 100%. Always good to have some balance. I also want to, like, you know, start hitting the gym again. I was actually in pretty good shape, like, pre-COVID, and as I'm sure it is for a lot of people, like, once COVID hit, like, you know, you stay inside more, you order in more, so I'd like to, you know, work on myself in other ways. Yeah, it's the goal for 2025 at least. But yeah, with that, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time for some more StarCraft. Until then, happy holidays, happy new year. Take care. Take care, everyone. Ciao, papi, ciao. Take care.